Hey there. Hey everybody. T1 Glistener Elf here with...
T1 Selfridge Mystic.
There we go. Only one microphone because, unfortunately with two, there will be a pretty substantial echo. Normally, if we stay pretty far away from each other, then we can minimize it, but it's not going to be possible for us to do that here, so... But, if you want to say something, just call me over.
Yep.
You'll still have to speak up a bit because you're on the other side of this piece. See how there's an opening on this side but not that? Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Right, let's make sure for a moment that the audio is fine. It looks like it should be. Okay. Hopefully. Maybe. Also my punk pants, I guess. I'm having a midlife crisis. We're having... Alright, so... things you can't see right now. Oh, and by the way, this is where she gets this from. We're doing the same pose. I didn't actually teach you that, right? You just mimicked me? Probably. So this, Evangeline, is what your armigers, the little ones, look like. So a few things to note. The weapons are magnetized, so you can swap them out. That way, so there are two kinds of armigers you can use. One that is meant for close-up, and then the other that's meant for far away. Obviously, this is the far away one, but you can get some. Let's say you wanted for a given battle, switch them out. There's a one. Oh my goodness! There it is. There it is. And then we just take off the stubbers. We actually aren't supposed to. In a real game, we're not supposed to do that. Oh, other side. In a real game, you can only do either the Melta, and the Melta is like a giant laser that's good for hitting vehicles, and the chain sword. It's a chainsaw sword. If that's not fantastically overkill, I don't know. Or you can have the two long-range guns. Either one's fine. Yep. They're pretty neat. Pretty neat. Yes. Yep. It depends on what you need them for. Do you need up close combat or do you need far away? And that's how they work. But a neat little thing about all the units in your army is they come apart in the middle. Now this is not necessary, but this is good for three reasons, I would say. One, it's just cool. I don't know, what do you think? Two, you can make them do this. It isn't actually practical. It doesn't help or hurt. It's just kind of neat to be able to do that.
I say it helps. I say it helps a lot.
Well, as far as the rules are concerned, you don't have to point your unit at them, but it's more intimidating to be able to do that. And then the third reason is when you actually get to painting, if you didn't have the ability to take them apart, it would be hard to paint in some of these sections, but oh look, now they're exposed. So I will leave the painting to you. They're yours, and it's something you enjoy more anyway, but there you go. What were you about to say?
Do we have to paint the magnets?
I would recommend not painting the magnets, actually.
Good. Less to paint.
Yes, I would recommend. So for right now, I'm going to take their weapons off and put them in here. It's less to break, and just, you know, easy keep them all together, I guess.
See that, big buddy?
Yes, and then there's the star of today's show. This is the Big Buddy, the Questoris Knight, Big Buddy. This is actually not the head honcho, believe it or not. Oh, would you do me a favor, please? Would you go and get the box that came in? Just the one inside, not the cardboard box, please. Alright, so I went on eBay and I found one for cheap. It was I say cheap, considerably cheaper than I would have gotten had I gotten it at one of the... Sorry, Meeple, sorry, local game store, but yeah, a lot cheaper than that. Oh wait, accounting for the base price and shipping and tax, it ends up being still about $20 cheaper than the price before tax had I gotten it in person, so yeah. Now you'll see in just a moment that there's a reason for that, unfortunately. And by in a moment, I mean... Oh, there she is. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. There we go. Oh, yes. Oh, if you'll open the door, please. We might actually need to hear if there's any knocking. Alright. So, this is the Knight Dominus. I've been calling it the Dominus Knight. Knight Dominus. Dominus means Lord, so this is your army's Lord. And it's cheap because, well, it's gotten banged up. Now, it's still in its wrap, so I'm assuming, and it doesn't look like it's been opened before, so I'm assuming it will still have everything in it. If I'm wrong, I guess we can kit bash? Maybe? Kit bashing with a big ol' knight. Mix and match pieces to make it doable. But this is the one where your warlord sits in. This is the one where... hold on. Me...
I'm so excited.
Should be. Say that again?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, she's excited. Remember, you still, even when you're that close, you still have to speak up a little bit.
Okay.
See that line down there? Say something.
Hi.
Yeah, so yeah, that's where it has to be. Alright, so let's get the actual name again. What was the name? You had a... Goodness. Might have been in general? Where on earth were you? Oh, I think it is, actually. It might be. Where on earth did I put that? There. What was the name? Let's say part of the name included the word Ashen. Oh, it was in general. Okay. Do you have a name for your knight? Dame... Is it just you? Is it you inside of it? Yes, okay, so here we go. No? Okay. Well, we'll come up... Right now, the placeholder name is... Hey, what's up, Luna? She's just vibing. Yep. The placeholder name is Dame Evangeline. Dame is the knight version of... It's the female version of Sir. So a knight would be Sir. Dame is the female equivalent. It's not like Lord and Lady. They're completely... Never mind. Dame like damsel. Damsel. There we go. So it is, for right now... Oh, dear goodness, the entire name. Dame Evangeline, eldest daughter of High King... Oh wait, we need to have the last name in there too. Make up last name. Dame Evangeline Stephanos the 8th, eldest daughter... Wait, the 8th. Eldest daughter of High King... Make up name Stephanos the 7th... Wait, Hold on, if we're doing this... If we're doing the 8th... Wouldn't it need to be High Queen? I don't know. This is already not working out. We'll figure out a name. Dame Evangeline, eldest daughter of High King, whatever, of the High King, firstborn of the House of Stephanos, Castellan of the White City, Lord of the Sun-Touched Lands, Steward of the Mountain Forge, wielder of the Divine Lance and the Holy Shield, rider of the Ashen Winds, defender of the meek, protector of the people, herald of the King's decree, by the grace of the God Emperor, hero of the War of Many Beasts, champion of the Siege of Stars, guardian of the Eternal Gate, slayer of demons, tamer of the wilds, honored amongst knights, the conqueror, the exalted, the annihilator. How do you feel about memorizing that? Maybe not. Maybe not. I'll tell you what, I will be the herald that memorizes the entire thing for you.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. We'll actually need to work out the name part anyway. We'll figure it out. It'll be alright. It'll be okay. Alright. We're building a Questoris Knight. Why am I opening this? Oh, that's right, because I'm checking to see. So the tape is going, so it might actually have been opened. But then again, the tape's gone on both sides, and I don't... Sometimes when people pull up the tape, it rips, and I don't see where it ripped here. This one might not have tape, because it has shrink wrap. This one might not. Alright, hopefully it's not missing anything. So in French, the word knight is chevalier. So there we go. There you go. Chevalier.
For now, I'm a chevalier.
There we go. Knight Castellan, Chevalier Castellan. Yeah, there we go. Castellan. Alright. But for the actual star of the show, this puppy, which, as you can see, is partially done. I did not get it finished in time to try it out on this past Wednesday, but the good news is that means that you and I have time to work on it together. A little bit. Hey, check it out. Oh, and by the way, here's a neat little thing. You're supposed to, most of the time anyway, glue this part to the top. It is a little hood on it. But if you don't glue it, hold on. Hold on. Uh-oh. It can come, there we go. It can come off. It just needs some coercing first. Little compartment. You can put a character in there.
Are you saying I can make a character out of clay and put it in there?
It might be a lot easier to do a Lego character. I suppose you could. I suppose. Speaking of Lego, I
Get the clay. That's a problem.
I used, see that? What's that?
Those are car wheels.
Yes, I used a tire,
We have more.
little Lego tire. That's why they're that's why they're there. Eventually, we will need all 4 of those. Presumably, we will need 2 for the different Questoris Knights, and 1 for, or 2 for the Dominus Knights, because there's actually another Dominus Knight coming in. I did not realize at my local game store that when I asked for them to get a Dominus Knight, I thought they were just going to add it to their order. They were special ordering it specifically for me, effectively on hold. It's fine. I think you get a little bit of a discount if you do that, so that's better anyway. Yeah. I meant it more as a suggestion. Oh, and you can also switch this gun out over here too. You can switch this one around, and what's on the top is either this missile pod or this puppy.
Ew.
Little turret.
That looks cool.
It is pretty cool.
I like the missile.
Unfortunately, that teeny tiny itsy bitsy little stub there is so small that if we don't glue it, it falls right out. So we could glue it, but if we did that, if you don't have one or the other, we can swap them. Or, you know what else we could do?
Magnetize.
Yep, we have our magnets. Not right now, but oh, yeah, fair enough. But first things first is actually putting together that turret. So here we are. Consult the Book of Armaments. Armaments, Chapter 2, verses 9 to 21. Hey, okay, man, I have some catching up to do. Duke Nukem for the Emperor, by the grace of the God Emperor. That's right. Shorter version, let's go with Jeff. Slightly shorter than that entire name. Jeff. Lord Jeff. Or Jeffrey. Let's see. When you recite the name at an actual game, it'd be better to say it more slowly at a regular pace, but then I have to use more than one breath. You're correct, though. You are correct. Maybe after the first go. Maybe after that. French people aren't real. I'm waiting for Arkham to, or for Knight to, Knight's from Louisiana. Big French population there. Hey, French is an official language over there. There you go. Missing heretic souls. Soon. Well, okay, it'll be. It's not on the side of the heretics though. That's the Chaos Knights. Is taking the souls. Never mind. Knight in African is Ritter, which means rider. Okay. Oh, he said Lego correctly. I did. What do you mean? I didn't say Legos. Wait. So 2 corn dogs. Really daring, aren't we, Senator? Alright. Really daring. Alright, Evangeline. So, missile pod is done. We're starting right here. So if you... Crap. Right. That's going to be too heavy for you. Yes, I did. Would you do me a favor? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So when we actually... on the right page, it shows the different variants at the bottom, you know, the weapons. What's different between them, except for Canis Rex, he's weird, is the weapons. Everything, see the colored stuff? That all is what changes. Everything that's gray stays the same, but the weapons change. So eventually we're going to have it where the weapons are magnetized, and you change the loadout by changing which weapons they have. So for one game, you'd like to play a Preceptor, you just do it this way. And for another game, you want to play the Paladin, so you do it this way. And so on. It's pretty neat.
I like the arm ones, the ones with a huge hand. They're awesome because they have a huge robotic hand. Not huge, but it's bigger than the other ones have. Oh goodness. Okay. Yeah, chest. Ow. Yay. Yep.
This is why I didn't have Evangeline go and get it. This
It's heavy.
is where all of the knights are going to go. And I know better than to show the code. Here is my totally legal book with the... Well, to be fair, I think everything except one section here can be found on Warhammer's own website. So it's the Quick Start Guide, it's the core rules, it's the core rules still, it's the knights, and then what's the other thing? Oh, the FAQs. And then at the very end is the Tal Codex, which I don't have, so don't ask me how I got it. What are you Fortnite dancing over there? Oh! And then... No, don't fall. We'll put these together at some point. Can you show those off? They're so cute, she says. The stealth battle suits are cute, confirmed. Evangeline is a weeb. She is just vibing, you're right. Oh, and by the way, we've got that, what's the Emperor's New Groove? I'll put that flea in a box, and I'll put that box in another box, and I'll mail that box to myself. This is where my Tau are. I have my Tau in little bag. I have 2 strike teams and a breacher team, and I just have them bagged up. Don't tell anyone I did that. But the actual reason is we're getting the clippers. I will leave that part to you. Oh no, she says. Oh no. Oh no.
We're using clippers. Oh yay.
You do it though.
Oh no.
Oh no. Now you be careful when you're cutting them, of course. Just... It's out of the way. Oh. Nice. Oh! No, I'm just kidding. She said I just scared her. Oops. Whoops. Whoops. So, future streams, we'll do the stealth battle suits together. This we can do in a day. The Eversor assassin, we can put this together in about a second. Yeah, this guy is not very nice. This guy is...
Not very nice to your opponent or to you?
To your opponent. How do I describe an Eversor? Okay, when you think of a ninja, when you think of a character that's trying to be stealthy, how do you think you try to stealth around? Stealth is a verb. How do you think you try to sneak around? How do you...
Crouch.
Okay, so crouch, that's right. That's good. What else? Well, okay, so in general, what you're trying to do is you're trying to not get seen, right? That's typically when you think of an assassin, you typically think of someone who doesn't want to get seen. They're either staying in the shadows the whole time, or they're hiding in plain sight. You know, they disguised it themselves, or what have you. The Eversor's version of being a sneaky assassin is, no one knows I'm here if everyone is dead. Which, I mean, technically true.
I love it.
Technically correct is the best kind of correct. So the Eversor, instead of trying to be sneaky and being invisible and poofing around and whatnot, the Eversor just runs in full speed, Kool-Aid Man's his way through a wall. It just screams, "Oh yeah!" and just takes everything out. And when it dies, it explodes into Kool-Aid.
I think I'm the only kid my age that gets the Kool-Aid.
Maybe paint it purple for the stealth. That's orc logic. Yeah, orcs have this funny little thing where they think that the color actually matters for how they work. So you paint it red to make it go more quickly.
It's red. Okay. It's purple now.
I mean, please do not paint your knights red and purple, please. You could paint them, except for Conus Rex, you can paint them however you want, as long as it's consistent, but please, for the love of goodness, don't paint them red and purple, please. Please. It's a Prince album, right? We're not even 1 month into 2025, and he's already won data. Thank you. Agree with Evangeline, give big robo hands so they scratch their big robo butts. I mean, I guess, that's fair. I forget that when I sent a friend of mine the link to one of your Tau building streams, her first response was, ew, Tau. Tau are notorious for standing really, really far away and just shooting you from afar. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So for people who don't like the run-in, it's not great. Of course, Tau have the weakness of, if you can catch them, they're made of tissue paper. So, wet tissue paper. It doesn't exactly work. They believe it. That's why... They believe it. Yeah. Oh, goodness. There we go. Oh, you know how to make me happy.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So we're looking for, Evangeline, you see what pieces we're looking for? So you need to find, it is pretty simple, thankfully, to find them. You just look at the, you look at the sprues and see which one has the pieces that match. Oh, you did? Yeah, we can do that first. I usually do the bigger ones first.
What was the first one? I do first one I find.
Okay. There's another A9 somewhere. It's on the other side. That does make it easier when it's on the other side. Just be careful. Yeah. Okay. Now, it's pretty obvious where A. Yeah. Take a pretty easy look at where those are. However you like to do it. Tau are cowards that refuse to engage in glorious melee combat and just run away to take pot shots at you. Or they send in the gulag workers to do melee for it. I would agree, specifically Farsight. It's the entire army is super shooty. It's a ranged army, except for Farsight that just charges in like he's Leroy Jenkins. Just Leroy Jenkins. One day I'll show you that. It's pretty niche. Did you actually get it? Okay, she did. There we go. Wipes away a tear orcally. It makes a grown get cry from the display of affection. Proceeds to use a Gretchen like a tissue and throw it over. I mean, I guess so. That's fair. Proceeds to throw a towel. Throw a Gretchen like a towel. Alright. While you're working on the next one, let's see. Alright, so I will start. He's on. Please and thank you. Yes. Pretty please. Already? She said her arm is getting tired. We've just begun. Well, I guess that makes this good exercise then. She said she'll do it even though she's getting tired. Exercise now. Never thought that Warhammer or just model building be good exercise. Something that I regret is that, so a few months ago on Humble Bundle, which I am an affiliate for, link in the description if you'd like to go and pick something up from Humble Bundle, I would really appreciate it. They have deals on tons of games and books and software, but one of these, a few months ago in their book section, they had 3D printed models, just a bunch of designs you could get. Now obviously none of it is any major IP. You're not going to find Warhammer or actually for Corvus Belli Infinity, I think that all is metal, right? But you're not going to find a major IP like that. It's just a bunch of super third-party stuff. But I thought that would be pretty neat for us to put together and build and whatnot. And it gives Evangeline something to paint.
That looks like it.
Yes. The letter ahead of them, Evangeline, is referring to the different sheets. Oh, sorry. Different sheets. Okay. Watching her do this is pretty neat. Oh, and yes, so wait, what have you been working on? Oh, you were looking for them. Okay, I was wondering what you were working on while I was putting those together. Yes, Hundle Bumble. Hundle Bumble. Okay. I'm sure that they will. Alright. So
Side pieces.
to make sure that I do this correctly. So this goes into this side. Also, this is going to be a short stream, maximum 2 hours, because we're going over to the grand folks. Yes, honey, you need the other? Yeah. Well, you also need to trim these down. Okay, if you'll hold it, please. I actually need to trim this one down a little bit too. One side is fine. I don't have a. I believe they're called Sculptor's Knife, but I also don't think that would be right for Evangeline to use either right now anyway. Just a sec. Oh, it still needs some?
Just on this side.
Alright, let me finish this one up please so that while you're working on that I can be gluing this one down. Well, not gluing, but melting it down. You know. Okay, make sure that I'm doing it correctly. Still? Nope, that's... Oh boy. There's still some left. Let me make sure I'm not putting it backwards. Nope. Nope, I'm not. You have to get it basically flat. I don't know, is it flat? Because
It's flat.
they really don't leave a lot of room, unfortunately.
One side is completely flat. The other,
Yes. She said one side is completely flat and the other she can't do anything about without digging into it. And
tried.
yes, I see what you mean. Here, may I? We'll
Yes.
do finish this one up.
This is the side.
Yes. Alright. Switch it.
Tiniest bump.
She said there's the tiniest bump, but unfortunately that bump is stubborn.
All bumps are. This either.
Like when I bump you on the head, it makes a knot. That one's stubborn. Oh dear. Indeed, she said dad jokes. She's right. Only a lot. I'm sorry I'm not checking your messages. If you'll give me just a quick moment to work on this. Alright. If I can get this one to work, Evangeline, to fit in there, then I can return the other to you, and that'll give you an idea for how thin it needs to be. How thin, how smooth it needs to be. Smooth.
Super smooth side out a little bit, but not much.
She says she might be able to smooth out the smoother side. Ah, okay, it fits now. So here is your template. It has to be this smooth on each side. So that means that this one here, this is what you're trying to get it to. Deploy the fryer. Oh no. Speak and respond in Jugamu. Jugamu kokuno surikiri kaitari sugino sugaimatsu. She's telling me to stop. Oh, that's no fun. That's no fun. She said the only reason she's telling me to stop is because she's working on that. As a not-so-wise Jar Jar once said,
How-woo!
that was terrible.
How?
Apparently I can only go Mickey Mouse or...
How rude!
Maybe that's close enough. Get in the car. Dad joke. What did Batman tell Robin before getting in the car? Get in the car. That does work though, I suppose. What a wonderful... Wah! Use a whole goblin like a tissue. Yeah, for whatever reason, orcs talk like this. Oh dear. I described orcs to Evangeline when we were picking factions. Yes, that should be enough. As the silly faction, which is true. They are very silly. Not really her thing though. It's not what she settled on. And now that you're here, Evangeline, I can actually ask you. I had a theory as to why that might be. Which is that because the orcs are all dudes, I mean technically they're not, they're all fungus people, but they all, to our sensibilities, look like dudes. She said that's not the reason why I just wouldn't like orcs on my team. Oh, fair enough. This is not an orc thing.
I'm almost dying from how many details there are.
Right. Oh, Evangeline, if you'll look again, there is an A10 we're trying to find. There's actually a few other pieces, but A10 is one of them. There's also A8 and A3. That, I think, is 8, right? Yes. So this one's 8. Just watch, it has your hair on it. Yes. Okay. You can see, Evangeline, in the picture, it's this. It's always good to double check with the picture to make absolutely sure you have the right one. Cockney. Yes, Cockney slang, but also Cockney slang if you smoked a pack a day. Which Evangeline makes you sound... Doesn't exactly make your voice sound smooth. Power of imagination and warrior mentality, just like in Baki. Baki, if they were somehow really unintelligent. I remember seeing this scene from Baki, or okay, someone's just portraying the short, where the character, and I'm not going to get the quote, so I'll just sort of paraphrase it. He's trying to give himself more flexibility in his arm, and he describes how animals would over time sometimes make more joints, which is actually pretty rare in the animal kingdom, but that it would give you more punching power and more, and he makes it sound as if it's a mind over matter. He can will himself into having that, and people were responding, that's not how that works, in the comments to the short, which, correct, that is not how that works. But as I understand it, in that scene, the guy doesn't actually believe that that's what's happening, he's just psyching himself up. There's a couple pieces here that don't have a label. A9 is missing? Oh, that's because we already got them. They're already on the guns. What are these pieces? They don't have a label for them. Ding. They don't have a label though, and they don't seem to be used up here in the missiles, so we'll have to use our... Oh, thank you. I need to... Okay, so here's just a moment. These two seem to be part of them. So that one has the sight, which is here. And then that one right there, maybe? It looks like there are 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. So you start with these 2, then you go to that. But none of them are labeled for some reason. Fortunately, we know where 2 of them are, right here. And the number 3 should be on this page somewhere. Ah, I found it. There it is, number 5. 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's it. Evangeline, if you will please cut out 5, 6, and 7. And then I'll send an angry email to Games Workshop. No. Give me all of the joints. Dear goodness. Told by a British lassie that orcs speak with Yes, they do. They speak with a Cockney accent if, like I said, if they smoked a pack a day. More joint pain, more suffering, stronger connection to the dark side of the Force. That's how that works. Alright, and that was 5? 7? Oh, okay. Well, it's fine. You finish that one up first. You're okay. I understand, but this one is the one that goes in last. It's alright. Remember to try to smooth them down. Yes, thank you. Because as we discover, they make these tight enough that sometimes if you don't smooth them down, they won't. Yeah, there we go. Won't connect. Ah. Alright, I'll catch up. Imagines himself into having only joints, punches the rolled up caveman and literally blows his arm off by a punch like it's a cartoon. It's a pistol shrimp with that bullet punch. Right. That should be smooth enough. Okay. So
It's not, I can definitely shorten it down.
it says that we don't glue these pieces together. This one goes here. Someone's tired, right?
I'm too tired.
Okay.
You can go on.
Alright. She's like a bicycle. She's too tired. That one was terrible. Alright. If you will smooth this one down a bit, please. Yes. And in the meantime, I'll find number 10. Yes, 8. It's the one that looks like... Yep, there it is. Looks like a jacket. Yes, if you only look for the number, you'll have a harder time with it.
Is there one?
See where it says 10? But, you know, you can see, yeah, what it looks like on there.
Yes, that is good to know. It's good to know.
You don't have to owl, she says. You don't have to she says. Perfect. You decided this was a... Okay, well, there we go. Well,
Jay, I will need to go.
yes, yes you will. Alright. This one might take me a while, so you have time.
Yes, I will need to shorten it.
Okay.
What?
So the reason this will take a while is because I will have to hold this in place as I get liquid cement all over my fingers.
Oh no.
Oops. Well, I guess I... Oh. It's liquid cement. It's not super glue. Yes. Yes. Nailed it. Think. Right. As I heard it someone once say it once, doctors in Baki are like real life doctors. They can't do anything. Doctor, wait, what? What? Hold on. Leave it. Alright, now that I have both sides, I just hold it in place for a while. That's literally how that works. Vader's connection to the dark side was strengthened by its constant suffering. Yes. What's the... Doesn't Yoda's chain that ends in suffering... What does it start with? Anger leads to hate, hatred leads to vengeance, vengeance leads to suffering? But I thought there's a chance that maybe pain was in there somewhere. Maybe. Maybe. Two antennas fell in love and got married. The wedding wasn't much, but the reception was incredible. Ha! 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 Two antennas, the reception. Oh yeah, Evangeline isn't... The joys of being so young. You don't know what that means. I love you. I love you, darling. Yes. Oh gosh, yes, you did. Well, if you can...
Sides that are not
This side right here. See that bump? That's the last one.
I know. I've been working at it.
Hey. Yeah, it's fine. It's tough. It's tough. If you're kind of doing it in hard mode because I don't have a sculptor's knife. I've been using, as you can see, I've been using that as my sculptor's knife. Yes, yes, that's fine. And now we have to, we're sort of in just a holding pattern right now. Now we have to wait, because this needs to melt first.
Yay! Now I get a chance for my fingers to do this.
Oh, you get a drink if you like. Hey, she said cool, and then that turned into a joke because haha, I have milk. See, she takes after me. She surely does. She is my daughter. I know better. Just a moment. The, what was it? The Jigglypuff, Chicklypuff thing? I said Jigglypuff and you said Chicklypuff. See? You said it. Oh, when we were playing the Tiny Brains? Remember how the big bad guy for that turned out to be the cute little pink chick? Oh, she's vibing. You're not kidding. She is vibing. Those are exhaust pipes. It's where the exhaust, like, you know how a car has exhaust pipes? Yeah, that, but much bigger, and there are 4 of them.
I wish there were missiles.
She says she wishes that they were missiles. Oh, don't worry, there are plenty of those. There are plenty of those, don't worry. No.
Hey.
Indeed. Oh, hey, all the new people that showed up. Howdy. I'm T1 Glisterolf, and this is... No one can hear you, but...
Stone Futuristic.
Yes, this is my daughter. This is my baby. Your big baby now. Just kidding. Thank you. Yes. She put down the sharp implement before hugging me, thankfully. Hey, Jeffrey Dre, hey, good on ya. I wish I got to do this with my... Aw. She's too old to play with Dad and his toy soldiers now. Aw. Well, mine isn't just yet. Maybe one day. Hopefully not, but maybe. I did tell people, Evangeline, that if this ended up just being a fad of yours and you ended up falling out of it, well, I'll have 2 armies at that point. What do you mean you don't get it? Oh, the other would be the Tau, all the little battle suits over here. Put a lid on this. It is very slowly managing to drip. He says, actually, this is probably ready to melt down. I'm glad to see. Mate, I don't know how old your daughter is. Maybe she'll, I don't know, come around at some point. I don't know. It happens. Yes. She has it, because it's magnetized in the middle, she is playing with the magnets. So playing with fire, we're playing with magnets. Oh jeez, oh, hold on. There it goes. There we are. Just need to hold this still for a hot second. 2 armies and an intact college tuition fund. Yep. Yep. That is correct. Yeah, I don't exactly plan on spending a whole lot, you know, but fact, I didn't actually buy anything when I got back into the hobby until getting stuff for her. So yeah, so the story is Evangeline wanted to, you know, be like her dad in every way, of course, and she wanted her own army. You know, can I play too? And the answer is, of course, yes. So we ended up getting her the army that she chose, and she fell on knights, which makes sense. We have knight shields and swords in there, so that isn't too terribly surprising. I think, Evangeline, if I... Knights are cool. I think if I didn't know any better, I probably would have said you would have gone with the sisters, because girls. There's a couple groups. There's Sisters of Battle, which are basically space nuns with guns, which does sound pretty cool. It does. And then there's the Sisters of Silence, which don't speak. They're not so much their own army, I think. They're more of an anti-unit. They're good at fighting certain other units. But yeah, that's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. But when we were actually looking over the models themselves, this is what she landed on, and I mean, I can't blame her. Ask, how did I... Yeah, it does look cool. Oh, who is it? It does. That'll be fun when you paint... She says it has so many details. It'll be fun when you paint them, though, to have all those details. Hey! You accidentally retreated your arm from me while I was kissing it. Oh. Can't tell if this is a good time or bad time, but if you're new here, hey, you're more than... Thank you, Luna. You are more than all right. There is actually a character that you can put inside of here, but it's Sir Hector, and he's specific to a certain... I was telling Evangeline that for the army, she can paint it basically however she would like, as long as two things. One, they match, and two, when we get one for Connie's Rex, he actually has to be done a certain way. In fact, if you will move, please. Could you hold the tray for a second? Yes. All right. This big guy on the back, this is Connie's Rex. He has to be done this way. And that's because he's not part of your house, your family. He's his own unit. He's a free blade. He does what he wants. So his model actually even has different parts for it too than a normal one would. I guess you don't have to if you really want to. If you're just playing casually, I guess you could do it, whatever. But see, there's the person inside of it. Neat. Yep, there we go.
So cute.
He's so cute, yeah. That kind of is. There's your knight inside of it.
There's that guy.
Yes, this is the specific guy who pilots this specific knight. So he's sort of his own. That's why this one. But the others, you can paint them, you know, this way or this way or this way or this way, or you can make up your own color scheme. You can do whatever. She says she's going to go to Google and search up color schemes. Before you do that, because that might change your inspiration. Try to do one on your own without looking anything up, and then after that, oh, hold on, we're going to take a quick little break. I just heard a knock at the door. All right, hold on, just a quick moment. We will be... Where on earth? We'll be right... Yeah, hold on. Yeah. We'll be right back. Where is it? Just a moment. the rest of the stream in the void of space?
Yes.
No, maybe not. Maybe not. But because I have the chroma key tolerance, the green screen done such a way we can partially see through the floor. Because it's green, but it's not quite the same green as all this back here. She said, and then it just cuts off, which is right. Oh, she said she has a new show. She has herself a new hat, a little steampunk hat. No one can.
I was told you were not supposed to take the glasses off.
It looks like they can, but it would be really tough to get them back in the same. Say really tough. No, there don't seem to be any bands holding it in place, or threads holding it in place. At least not on this side. Oh, in the back. It's fine. It's fine. Here, Evangeline. Okay. Ta-da! Alright, so now, that should be all this way. I've seen that. Yes, you have, Luna. You've seen that hat before. Luna says, don't listen to him, Evangeline. Go wild with the paints and be you. Got a tickle in my throat. It's fun.
Tickle?
A tickle in your throat. Yeah. It's not a little elf tickling. A gnome in here tickling my throat. Oh, someone's already. Yeah.
Okay, I'm up. Took a 2-second nap.
Took a 2-second nap, she says.
Yup.
Alright, Evangeline. It is time. So, we won't have time to work on all of these, of course. So, pay attention please. The color here corresponds to which one we make. But there's a special consideration here. So for example, that blue up there means it is the... what is that? The Crusader. The Crusader gun. And the Gallant is this one, and so on and so forth. The color shows them. But we are absolutely not going to do it the normal way, because we have our good friend Magnets.
Jinx, you owe me a milk.
She says, Jinx, you owe me a milk. Yeah, we'll get around to that.
I already have one.
So there's, for example, you see 97, 97. Wait a minute. There's two 97s. That's because they only expect you to make one or the other, but not both. This actually might be a little too complicated for us to do in the not even hour that we have left. This is going to be a tricky business. Is there anything unrelated to this that we can do?
Make more weapons.
We could do the Eversor, really. This would be a very, very quick one. Do the Eversor? Okay.
I will cut them out.
Yes. Evangeline, do you have the orange scissors? Oh, let's not use those, please. Let's use the... Could you get the orange scissors, please? Kitchen. Okay. Actually, I got it. Who needs to cut when you have... Well, I mean... Never mind. That's the answer.
Jinxed it.
I did in fact jinx it. How dare I? Also not meaning to.
That's true.
Ooh, there we go. Heal it.
Super strong.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. At this point, it's more just getting a spot where I can grip it. It's not a matter of weight grips it, it's a simple matter of weight ratio. A 5-ounce bow cannot possibly carry a 1-pound coconut. It's easier just to take the cup we already have and just go with it, instead of trying to force a new one over there. See? Path of least resistance. Oh, by the way, this one piece, Evangeline, this one little guy, it's 120 points too. That's a lot. Oh, you know what I mean when I say points, right? Okay, so when you play Warhammer 40K, when you play a game like this, you can't just bring all of the units, because whoever has the most units will just win every time, right? They can just outnumber the other person. Each unit is worth a certain number of points, and you have a ceiling on how many you can bring. Usually either 1,000 or 2,000 points, depending on the size of the battle. Of course, you and your opponent have the same limit. Well, these are worth different points based on how good they are, or how good they're expected to be. So this puppy right here, depending on which version we do, and of course once we change to the weapons, we can change which version it is, they're worth different numbers of points. So, for example, where's the Warden? Here's the Warden, here we go. It's called Chevalier Vigilant over here. The Warden is worth fewer points than the Crusader, who's way on that here. Wait, no, Warden's the highest, that's right, it's tied for the highest. My bad, Warden is worth more than, say, the Paladin, or the Errant. They're worth a good bit less. The Gallant, last I checked, is worth the fewest. The better they are, the more points you expect them to be worth. So you try to mix and match them in such a way you get close to that point limit. And this guy, by himself, is 120 points. So in a 1,000-point game, this dude is about an eighth of your points. It's quite a lot. So you'd imagine, but then again, this thing here can be worth almost half your points by itself. And then you just bring 2 or 3 of those, and there you go. Alright, you ready? This one's easy. Here are the instructions. 1 page of instructions. In fact, let me just show off to the camera. Oh, not yet, yes. There we go. This is where you can pause, screenshot, all that jazz. There we go. Ta-da! Alright. Very simple. So, I'll leave this one to you. I'm going to try not to tell you, you can figure it out on your own. I'll answer questions, but there you go. It does make it convenient that they're all in the same sprue. I think it's called a sprue, right? What was the silly thing about how the model of the year for 40K, you know that contest they do where the top 5 get shown off, and then number 1 was a sprue? Yes. Just be careful. Yep. Oh, whoa! That's too hot. Honey. You almost cut his... Careful. Okay. You see this little corner right here? Make sure that your blade doesn't get caught in that corner, because you are about to cut into the body. Alright, just be careful. It's okay, just be careful, please. You're fine. Yes, good. Perfect. There we go. There's a little piece on this Eversor here that creates a divot, a groove in the corner there, and her blade got caught on that. So that was about to go really badly. Played some old FPS games. To be honest, I had more fun with a single game than I had with every FPS game I played after Black Ops 2 came out collectively. You're not the first person I've heard that sentiment from, unfortunately. How to win as Imperium. Pray hard enough to Big E and he will respond. I mean, in the lore, that's sometimes how it works, but the secret to having that strategy work is to have a Primarch with you right then. Because Big E mostly just responds to Primarchs. Gilliman and Lionel. I know it's more complicated than that, but, you know. That does mean that potentially the Emperor knows if, say, Vulcan is still alive. Vulcan is still alive. I'm going with that. 1, because that'll be a great way for GW to sell models later on. And 2, he's what's called perpetual. He's like the Emperor, or Malkador, where he's very hard to kill. Oh, Evangeline, do them in order, please. Where's the leg? Okay. Well, see how this starts first? Yep. You do the speech bubble first. And partially that's so that I can be working on that while you're cutting the next pieces out. You're fine. Alright, is it smooth? may not have to be perfect, but good enough. Because the feet do have to connect to the... It looks as if he's sitting on a surfboard, a wave. Alright, that's probably fine. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's fine, I think. How did they... My goodness. Yes, please. Evangeline. I can't quite... I wish that I could make it more flexible. This guy is not as flexible as Evangeline is. Oh dear goodness. She was showing off to me earlier how she can put her leg both around her shoulder and over her head. And I said that it made her look like she was carrying her own leg as a backpack. It looked like a backpack strap. Right. I am stuck for a moment. I'm just holding it in place for a bit. Hey, hiya. Oh, you're doing it? Yeah, there we go. Oh, you are. No, you can do... Not really a place where you can do the trick where you do both legs like that, but that would be cool too. And you're cutting out number 3? Where's... Okay. I am going to ask you please do them in the order you see in the pictures. Well, that's fine actually. You did 5, 6, yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
It's 5.
Yes. Correct. Right, that might be enough that I can let it go. Just double check before you cut it if you're not sure. Absolutely better to be safe than sorry. That is a thin little piece. The Eversor is particularly good. It's not even the best assassin at taking out infantry, but it is particularly good at taking out infantry. Your mechs sort of struggle with that a little bit, not because they can't clobber them. They can, but they overkill the opposing infantry. It doesn't matter whether you just barely beat them or you blow them off the map, they're just as dead either way. So you usually don't want to care about the infantry as much. You want to dump your big shots into tanks and whatnot. When this dries, I'll ask you to cut a little bit more off, but it has to dry first. Oh, did you hurt yourself? Uh-oh. Alright, I don't recommend licking your hand like that. Well, it's... here, hold on. Where is it? Oh. Oh, it's... Yes, I see it. Here. It's okay. You did just lick your... Yeah, you did just lick your thumb. There we go. Okay, not close enough. Probably should have done the head first, actually. Just because now the gun arm might get in the way a little bit. What is... honey, I'll need you to cut the chin a little bit. See that bump on the chin? It doesn't have to be too much deeper. That might be okay. There you go. It should be fine. Oh, I see. You're okay. You got it. See how it wants me to do it. Sorry I'm not saying as much. I'm just kind of grooving. She says she thinks that's as good as she's getting. Honey, that's... I see what you mean. I see. Well, let me try it. So in the... Oh, sorry, just a second. I'm having a bit of a hard time. The head is still... Ah! That's why his head is tilted on here. Okay. Careful not to nudge it. Oh! Or drop it. Get dried enough. Let's see if it's enough. This guy's a bit of a freak of nature. Yes. Oh! Yeah, if you can, see how it doesn't get in the way, but it does stand out. It is pretty, yes. No. That part is... See, it actually has a flap back there. Do you mind if I really quickly get it? This part is pretty tricky. Aww. So the trick to this one is, because of the way that it's shaped, it's on this thin platform with no curve to it, it feels as if you're accidentally going to cut the flap itself off. Not the bump on top, but the flap itself. And so you do have to be pretty careful. I see why Evangeline was taking the absolute most shallow cuts possible. It's because you don't want to take off more than you can chew. I just cut my finger. Well, it's just the top layer of skin. It's fine. I better be careful that I don't. It slipped, so I better be careful. It's a good thing we are taking shallow cuts and not deep ones when something like that happens. Oh, dear goodness. You have a moment to rest if you need. That hair. Show them something, please. What happens when... Come closer, please. I mean, you can obviously see whose is whose right from how it's connecting, but... And also her hair is all in front. I say that, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It is the same hair color. It is the exact same hair color. You are definitely mine. Her eyes look a lot more like her mom's, although they're not as icy blue as hers, but your hair is exactly mine. Sorry, I'm just contented right now. Oh, you are getting sleepy. Alright, let's finish up then. Alright, so what gets cut out next? You can get back to cutting while I hold this in place. The glue. Glue. That's because I just made it up. She said I never heard of such a thing. I just made it up. That's a nice argument, Senator. Care to back it up with a source? Nope, she says. That's the next line. Alright, now I just need to hold it in place for a hot second. So you will work on that. And by a hot second, I mean I just let it go. Like the absolute genius that I am. Take your time. You have a moment. Like I said, I have to hold this for a bit. 4 and 7. Couple of doohickeys on his back. One is a sword, the other I have no idea. Yes, that is the sword. Doohickeys. Remember, they can't hear you.
4 goes around his shoulder, but it's way too short for my shoulder.
bottom line. You have to speak up.
Yes. The fourth one
There we go.
goes around his shoulder, but it's much too small to go on mine.
Could you do number 7, please? I'm just trying to figure out where this goes. This one little dude. Oh. I see how you fit. Put it in one more time. Ah. Measure twice. Blue once. The actual expression is measure twice, cut once. The idea being that you want to be extremely careful, because once you cut it, you can't take it back.
This piece is number 7.
Yes. It's model, yeah, it's base, yes.
Okay.
You're what? Thank you.
I will need this. Need this base. So.
Evangeline, I very much appreciate that you are sharing this with me. She said the same. She said, I very much appreciate you sharing this with me. No problem. It was quite... Not everyone gets to do this with your kids. It's quite special. Oop. We unfortunately don't have that much more time. It keeps slipping and getting on my finger. Yeah, people can't hear you. Oh, you should. Question. She said, how are you supposed to cut this one out? You got the paper, I don't. Fine. Now, your Eversor doesn't have to match your knights, as far as the color is concerned. In fact, it almost certainly won't, because it's from a different faction. The knights are their own, well, they're knights, they're royalty, they're lords and ladies, and they chill out in castles. Meanwhile, these guys study how to be assassins, which for most of the assassins means learning how to be sneaky, and again, for this guy means how to punch through things real hard. Evangeline, it's not an easy, take your time, it's not an easy one to do.
Discovered that one the hard way.
Yes, indeed. While you're working on that, well, there's a hole here.
Over back and
Oh,
not the best of all.
you're fine. Just a quick sec. You're fine. You don't always have to get it very smooth, but this piece is connecting to a flat surface like this, so little grooves will make it pop up. Now you have it back. Uh-oh, what happened? Please tell me this isn't supposed to. Is this supposed to come off?
Yes.
Okay. Where'd it come from?
It's right here.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
So scratch yourself.
Please, please, please be careful. Ooh, what happened? I heard her gasp. Oh, good job. She got a part she didn't think she could get. She believed in herself. I believe in the you that believes in the me that believes in... Okay. Can you get done with that, please? You're fine. It's just more trimming. Normally we would just divide and conquer. One of us would have the sculptor's knife, and the other would have this.
I would have that.
Yes. It's more fun doing the cutting out than it is just the trimming the edges off, I think.
I think it's more fun doing the
You think so? You think it's more fun to be the one that actually takes off the little extra bits? Fair enough. Okay then. It is pretty satisfying getting it perfected. And you have, do you, oh, that's actually it, that's what you're working on. Unfortunately, that is the last piece. You're fine. What do you think? So that one is right up here at the top. Oh, but that's also... She says that's the one part she was worried about. And I can understand. It should be easy enough to paint over, so don't worry too much. But what I'm more worried about is that one right there. It's stubborn. Once again, it's one of those where you have to be careful not to cut too much off. There we go. Yep, okay. Oh, woo! Today, and that almost went wrong. We shared a knowing glance of... Should be enough over there. Alright, and then the last connection to be made is this curved piece to this guy's foot. Twinkle Toes over here has to fit his hole in that, or in slot in that hole, tab in that slot. That's meant to be there. It's so that it fits in here. Well, we finished a model. The title is actually wrong, but we finished a model. Little thing about myself, Luna says that I'm not sure if I should hate or love it. My hair is long, thick, and curly enough that I have to brush it every single time I wash or it'll get tangled like heck. I mean, it's you. It's unique to you. Yeah. Your hair is about, your mom's hair is thicker than both mine and yours. You got my thick. You be careful, please. Those parts could still pop off. I saw that. Gentle, gentle love. Woo. Gentle. So the clippers, especially those thin parts and the arm. Honey, honey, honey. Okay, don't. That's fine. It's fine as it is. If it's so thin that you can paint over it, see what you're doing. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. That's fair. The easier side to do it from, unfortunately, is blocked by this dude's football knee. Or he's doing Guile's... What's the bazooka kick from Street Fighter? Guile. There's another assassin that's doing the Chun-Li kick pose. You know, the lightning legs. Honestly, Evangeline, it's close enough. I'm a little bit worried about continuing, so you might just want to paint over that. Oh yes. Basically, you just color it in such a way that since it matches the color of the area around it, it's harder to notice. The paint helps you to blend those little imperfections in.
Yes. I have a color scheme and I have to check and see if it is going to be okay.
Well, for the assassin, remember he doesn't have to match. Indeed, you could just, for the assassin, just mimic this one, if you want to. At the very least, I would recommend doing the gold skulls.
Yes, that's what I was going to do.
Okay.
But besides that, something along the lines of this scheme and just add one more color.
Sure.
Take out one color, add another color, and so
When you're done holding it, I'll finish it up. Yeah, take a good look. You did it. For what it's worth, Luna, there isn't a strictly better or worse when it comes to hair like that. Just, that thick hair does come with its own benefits. Being thicker makes it harder to break. Some people just prefer the look or the texture of it. It's just, there's not a strictly better or worse answer. And Eversor Assassin. There we go. Adjusting the title to include the correct ones. So we're in this awkward spot now where we don't really have enough time to work on another piece of the model, arm or whatnot, but you know, we don't want to just end it necessarily. This would be an exceedingly short stream though. Yes. Okay. Now, bear in mind, we'll actually have smaller paintbrushes too, but you can use, obviously those are going to be really, that's paintbrushing for this, not so much for the little guy. I have a camel hair paintbrush that you can use for tiny units like that. I mean, I think it's called camel hair. It's made of camel hair, of course, but this particular one is awfully tiny, such that what I would do, if I'll show as if I were using this. I'll hold the model with one hand, hold the paintbrush with the other, and you can switch however you want to do it. And you keep your wrists together to minimize shaking. And if you're like me and you sit on the floor, you keep your elbows in your legs. Basically, you're trying to minimize the shaking. If you just suspend it like this, there can be a lot of shaking, but this helps. This helps even more. If you're sitting at a table, you put your elbows on the table, and this gives you the maximum control. It really does help. So, like this Evangeline. If I wanted to... No, this is overkill because...
It's way too big.
Yes. And you can just do this sort of thing. Yes, I think that's meant to be a needle, right? To inject? Like when you get your shot, except you get shot while you get your shot? Not a bayonet, a doctor's needle. It's injecting stuff. I have no idea. I think that that's what's going on. Might be.
That's really sharp. I don't know what that's called.
maybe. When it says, I have to wash my hair every day. If I wash it in the morning, it's already dirty as heck by the evening. I should. I don't know that mine gets dirty. It does get oily. Mine gets oily pretty quickly. Hers does too. I guess our glands are especially active. Oil and sweat. Love it. Love being human. Being trapped in a prison. I unironically love being human. I'd rather be human than any other animal. Technically humans are animals. But fair enough, it's not like it comes without downsides. So for example, people talk about how human eyes are, well, most eyes are terrible. So if you're a mammal, your eyes are such that you're actually looking through blood. Oh, go for it. You are looking through a thin layer of blood because your vessels are in front of your retina. Well, cephalopods don't have that problem. They don't have blood vessels in front of their retina. They have a different problem. Their brain forms a ring around their esophagus or their stomach. Or both? For some, I think it might actually be, because of its position, it might be both. For insects, they're teeny tiny little brains, it doesn't really matter, but it does mean, genuinely, for something, say an octopus or a squid, there is a maximum size for something you can swallow, because it has to pass through your brain, a ring that is your brain. All I'm going to say is intelligent design.
Now I'm looking at the backpack.
Yes. It wants to follow you.
It's creepy.
She says it's creepy, yeah. It's not. It came alive.
Yes.
It's the Scooby-Doo, the armor, the suit of armor that comes alive, follows them. Like Scoob! Like, was that moving before? Ruh-roh, Raggy. Yes. Ding. That magnet is doing so much work.
This box is killing me.
You killing me, Smalls? She says this box is killing me. So I made a reference to a movie she doesn't know. Alright. So it's jumping off of a wall, basically, Evangeline, is what's going on here.
That's awesome.
It is. Alright.
Okay.
There we go. Alright. Yes. Oh, she said before we leave, here, I'll tell you what. You put on the headset.
One thing first. Might have one or two things though. So, some faces over here that I'm going to show. So, these three. Don't know if you can see very well. So, this one is an angry face, kind of. This one's more of an angry face. This is a knight face. And this is a, I don't know. This is a guy with a mask on face. I don't know how to describe that yet. And so I'm trying to describe 20. Oh, yep. We have the different types here. You can tell which one is which. These are the different types. There's this one, and this one. And this face goes to the red, this goes to the blue, and this one goes to the green. And I believe you said that we were going to make it to where we could switch the faces out too. We still doing that? Okay, so he said yes. We are still putting the magnets in to switch faces out.
So you can't see it as readily, but there is actually a face inside of the helmet. The face will not change, the helmet will change.
Yes. Different things. Okay, where is it? Here it is. Look real quick. Oh, hi Luna. I'd like to show you some big weapons. Real big weapons. Okay. Number 30 and number 28. We have, oh my god, so cool. Yes, so we have, not sure I'm supposed to hold this. Yep, we have big sword over here. Yep. Big sword, and we have big chainsaw sword over here. Yep. It's chainsword. It's kind of pokey too. Not really, but I suggest you not make your hand go the opposite way. Bee guns.
The actual model piece itself is serrated, so she's right, it might... Yeah, it doesn't feel good to run your finger along it.
Oh, yes, sorry. Ooh, also, there is one more knight. Well, not knight, but there. Yep. There, yes, there is a errant here. And I just now found his face on the one with all of the big swords and the chain sword. So this is his face. It's really cool. He kind of has, he has some of the same colors as, oh wait, same of the colors to this one. Kind of. Except for one is yellow and one is white. I think those are the only color differences on the box. So you don't have to color it the same color on here.
Right. If you wanted to, you could actually make them you could make them all the same color. You could have your own house scheme and have the Paladin, Crusader, Warden, and Errant and Gallant all match. Only one that can't match is Conus Rex.
Yes, it's because he has his that he has to have. Although all of the pieces are gray, he still has to have his own because he's different.
He's his own house. He's from his own house, not
Yep.
yours. Or mine.
Yep. This is him. This is his hand. I cannot see the box. This is his hand. This is one guy that goes in. This guy, I don't know what he does. I forgot what he does.
He's inside the block.
Yep.
He's the pilot.
Yep. And then this is a wolf theme, as you can tell. Don't know if you can tell, but on there is actually a wolf too.
Rex means wolf.
Yes.
See that?
He says Comics Rex means Wolf King. It's really cool, I think. He also has really cool robotic hand with really cool gun. Pow pow. Wow. Yes.
Luna says, she's growing up to be a true nerd. I've never been more proud of someone else's kid. Luna means that as a compliment, of course.
Thank you, Luna.
Given who her parents are, that was inevitable. When you have 2 nerds for parents, that will do it. Really cool gun, Evangeline. Yep. Oh, by the way, Luna, you will appreciate. We have gotten confirmation that Emperor's Children, the ones I showed you, there's a type of Marine in this game that they fight with rock guitars. They're called Noise Marines. They fight with rock guitars, and they're coming out. Well, they're already out. They're coming out in this edition. So yeah, Noise Marines. I don't like them because they're bad guys, but they are cool as heck. To be fair, rock and roll. There you go. Oh goodness. I have a bad feeling that if they were out at the time, Evangeline might have picked them. Dear goodness.
Oh.
I mean, can you argue with just blasting people with rock music?
No.
No, not at all.
No one can argue with that.
Well, there's not enough time for us to build anything else, but next time, we'll put more stuff together. Oh, Senator says also new Yamfa teaser dropped. Looks like it's a another bottom gear video with Souls 1, 2, and 3. There's a TV series called Top Gear with a bunch of idiots doing, I don't actually know, I haven't seen it before, but I think that they do something with inventions or cars or, I don't know, they do stuff.
I heard that.
Someone's getting sleepy.
Yep.
Sleepy eepy.
Beepy.
Sleepy beepy.
Beep beep.
English idiots messing with cars. Oh, it is cars. Okay. English idiots. Aw. But not the orcs. Different English idiots. I'll have to be careful not to do this too much because I might put somebody to sleep. Also, Luigi's hat is invisible. That was good. Senator says, "Here, a refreshing beverage," hands you a mix of strong energy drink and alcohol. We're not in Russia. We're not in Eastern Europe. No. Yes?
You can see through me, and guess what? You know how you can't see all the way through here?
Space. There we go. Now you can see all the way through the blanket. Oh dear. Luigi becomes nothing by doing absolutely nothing. Ripple sounds great right about now. If you say so. Oh. It sounds like a great way to make your heart explode. Oh dear.
Luigi.
It's a Luigi. Wah. Mario! Mario! Playing Luigi's Mansion. We're getting our mansion with this one. That was one of the launch titles for the GameCube. She and I were talking about Pikmin earlier and how it was basically a glorified tech demo. Well, Luigi's Mansion actually came out, I want to say it was the better part of a year before the first actual mainline Mario game, Mario Sunshine, came out, but it came out even before Melee. Melee was meant to be a launch title, but it didn't quite make it, which it still had an amazingly short launch window, development. The whole game was developed in 11 months, which is just insanely fast on what was new tech at the time, new hardware. It's a minor, yes, it's my favorite fighting game still, and it's a minor miracle it was made at all. I'm trying to develop I'm trying to make my favorite fighting game, but that's a very different kettle of fish. It's a roguelike, so as far as I'm aware, there aren't roguelike fighting games. There are customizable fighting games, but not roguelikes. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so don't drink before you're 18, Evangeline, 21 to be safe. Yeah, in the US it's 21. Technically, a state could lower it, but if they did that, then they would lose out on a ton of transportation funding, so they won't. There you go. In the U.S., it's really high compared to a lot of the rest of the world. It's still not it's still not good for you though. It is one of those things where if you ever do, only ever do it in moderation. I think that's the same way for your mum. It at least used to be. That's how it is for most people. Some go a little crazy with it though. Energy drinks. The sooner you go through kidney stones, the sooner you'll be free. No, no. Oh dear goodness. Certain drinks seem to be more likely to give you kidney stones. Energy drinks, I think, are one of them, I guess. I think mineral water is supposed to do that too. I mean, it's in the name. You can probably guess why. I don't know what it is about energy drinks, but that sounds right. Don't have these. No, let's not. Ah, there you go. Hey, matching. Hey, no, wait a minute. Now we're both. No, wait a sec. Yeah, we both have yoink, our hairbands on. We are. She says we're so similar. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Luigi does, in fact, have that color of hair now. Luna says that you two would get along just fine. I have a funny feeling. Funny feeling, yes. Maybe. So there are different evil factions in the game that we play, 40K. There are different evil factions. Some of them are, there are gods in the setting and they're all evil. And one of them is named Slanesh, who might actually be the one that I like the least in the lore. But in the setting, in the actual game, I mean, rock marines, heavy metal marines. That's really cool. Nice and flexible over here.
If you're wondering, this is my leg.
This is in fact her leg. She is her own backpack now.
I wish.
Oh, if only. I don't know how you're going to sleep like this though.
I think I have.
She found a way to fit inside of her new toy box, which one means it's too big, and two means she's too small. No.
Two people. Well, actually, technically I'm the third smallest because one of my friends is taller than the other, which is a surprise to me because 1 month ago they were the same height.
She, like I, is quite small. When I was your age, I was tied for the smallest kid in my class. She's not quite down there, but as you heard, but she's one of the smallest kids in her class. And you used to be, but now you have a bit of a growth spurt. Not just her class, the entire grade. Yeah. But you had a bit of a growth spurt, which seems to still be ongoing. Well,
It definitely helped. Now I'm third, not second.
she's getting longer legs. It seems as if her legs are getting longer more quickly, which is always fun when you're shopping for new clothes. She says, be glad it's only pants and not... Yeah, so the wardrobe is sort of staggering up. Just the pants, then just the shirts, and just... Yeah. Okay. Evangeline, we are about to have to go, unfortunately. No, she says, no. She says she's still stretching. The four gods. A nerd, a league player, a paraplegic sociopath. Rule 34 manifest in the fifth we don't... There is a fifth, right? That I want to say I've heard of that, but I couldn't tell you anything about them. Oh, wait, is the fifth the emperor is a chaos god sort of thing? A nerd? That's cinch, the knowledge one. A league player, that's Nurgle, because toxic. A paraplegic sociopath, that's Corn. No, Corn has legs. Oh, a league player is Corn, actually. And then paraplegic sociopath is Nurgle, right? Nergigante. No, not Nergigante. The monster hunter. Dragon. And then Rule 34 manifest, yeah. We don't talk about the 5th. It's the Emperor. It's the God Emperor. Alright, one more time before we head out. The name is Dame Evangeline, eldest daughter of the High King, firstborn of the House of Stephanos, Castello of the White City, Lord of the Sun-Touched Land, Stewards of the Mountain Forge, wielder of the Divine Lance and the Holy Shield, rider of the Ashen Winds, defender of the meek, protector of the people, herald of the King's decree by the grace of the God Emperor, hero of the War of Many Beasts, champion of the Siege of Stars, guardian of the Eternal Gate, slayer of demons, tamer of the wilds, honored amongst knights, the conqueror, the exalted, the annihilator. See, that's why we do it so quickly, so I can do it in one breath. Except the name part. I didn't do the name. Yep. She says she can do it over her head. Let's find out. Yep. Yep. That one I can do. Not as well as you can.
I can do it over my head, and I can also bring my foot to the ground while I have it over my head.
Let me see if I can still do this. Yeah, see, I can get it behind, but not hold it. I have to use my arms to maintain that position. Oh, you do too. There we go. If you let go, it'll pop back, right? Yeah. I'm in the same boat.
Well, actually, it's just behind it and not actually lower. If it's just behind my head and not lower, it might stay.
Well, it is unfortunately time for us to... Oh, there you go. Oh!
Now I just have to work on this.
GG. Dislocate something if I tried that. There you go. She did it. She did it.
Here.
It is time, however.
No.
It is unfortunately time, Evangeline. We got to go. Oh, it is even doing the end theme music right now. All right, well, let's see if there's anyone to whom I can send you folks. Let's see. Who do we know that is... Oh, Luna says, I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. Did I go through? Yes? Who can I send you? There we go. Let's see. Who is streaming now? And the answer is... Neo is still streaming. Hey, let's go yap at the yapper, right? Neo even has yapping in the thumbnail, so hey, why not? Neo is a Slay the Spire streamer who is right now, it looks like, doing a chatting stream? I have no idea what's going on.
How is Neo still streaming?
That's a good question. Neo started before we did. There we go. Well, we also are doing what for us is a pretty short 2 hours. For me, Evangeline, that is a very, very short stream. As in, I only am ever this short when you're around or when the internet hates me. No, I don't think I will. No. Aw. Well, you certainly don't have to, Senator. It's just... I'm trying to get in the habit of... There we go. Oh, nice. Of sending people over to other folks. Just because it seems like a good thing to do. I have a few thousand subscribers. They are probably streaming more often than I am, especially this week, and so it just seems like a good thing to do for folks. I have come to accept that I am not going to be a streamer as a full-time job. This is a hobby that pays for itself and then some, and it's nice and fun to do. It's the kind of thing where even when I don't feel like it, I still get on because it's better than doing nothing and you all are cool. I think. In my opinion.
I hurt my neck.
Ooh. Alright. You can say bye to folks?
Adios, amigos. Adios, amigos.
Adios, amigos. Hasta mañana. No. Not tomorrow. I don't actually know. It'll be a while until I see you again, unfortunately. I'm going to be out of town tomorrow for a work event, and then on Sunday, we might do something on Sunday, but she has a birthday party that comes first, so that'll end up getting out late enough that we might not. It might just be Monday, Monday's the next day I know you'll see me. Until then, we'll do some other stuff. We'll have it. Senator. Oh dear. We'll do something else. Shorts or... Hey, you know what? You may want to check the community page every now and then. I put a Steam code for a game up every now and then. You should totally do that. It's another thing. Alright. Neapolitan ice cream dog boy. Oh no. Like I said, Senator, you don't have to, but hey, they're free. You can, every now and then. Alright. She says she's bored. She's tired. That'll do it. Those two can go with each other. Alright. Well, hey. Take care, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.